people like Andrew Tate and the Passport Bros, it's about power. It's never about sex. And the reality is, the majority of time these men have sex is not because they crave the pleasure. It's because they feel powerless. And that's a way to dominate over someone, similar
Oh,
to how bullies often come from places that they feel powerless. And the only way to get a leg up or to feel better about themselves is to put someone else down, to use someone, to abuse someone. So
yeah.
actually, like when I hear men like Andrew Tate spout the bullshit that they do, I'm like, what the hell happened to you to become so insecure, so hurt, so afraid that someone
Mm,
be, so close to you and so intimate with you that you would be opening up to vulnerability, to connection, to be seen? How much do you hate yourself that you engage in such oppressive behaviors towards others? Like
yeah.
I was bullied as a kid, and that was mostly because I was in the class of the VIPs of my city. Most of these kids of my classmates were the daughters and sons of judges, police officers, high-ranking officials, etc.
Yeah.
And my friend got in that class with the best teacher, with very like lucky but basic bitch connections, right? And I didn't know that. I learned that very late, in my schooling career. And then all of it made sense. The kids that were of the biggest, bosses and mafia people in my hometown, they got away with anything that they did to all the other kids. And I realized, like, because obviously they pick on someone, they bully someone like myself, like my friend, like other kids. And I kept thinking, like, what's wrong? Like, I come from a family where you don't act like this because this is hurtful, that's disrespectful, etc. And I was like, I can't be in the wrong. There's something wrong with them. Who behaves like that? So
Right.
most kids, when they're bullied, they think, what's wrong with me? I had the the self-esteem to be like, no, what's wrong with them? Who does this? What
That's a
the
good point.
fuck is wrong with you? Why would you act like a piece of shit? And that's the thing. We need to be teaching people that kind of critical thinking, evaluative thinking. Like, who the fuck does that? Why would you
Right.
do that? Why?
Do you know every single person who's been bullied and listening to this podcast, which I think actually it's a complete overlap. Every single person listening to this has been bullied at least once.
Yeah.
You said you asked yourself what's wrong with them. And then you said, no, actually, what we usually do is say, what's wrong with me? And I went, oh, yeah, that's what I did.